asking yourself a few questions about the Bulawayo Arts Awards and the BAAs, well, today is the good day to be joining us, as I have with me Nkululeko Nkala, who's going to be giving us all the answers on a silver platter. Nkululeko, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so the first question is going to be, what makes the Bulawayo Arts Awards unique?
I think the best answer would be to start with why Bulawayo Arts Awards. The necessity was brought up by that there was always a cry from people from this region that we are not celebrating our own when it comes to the awards that were already there, the national awards like Zima, like Nama.
Okay.
So we sat down as a group of guys to say, you know what, maybe it's that time we start celebrating our own, but not that we're challenging whatever is already there, but to sort of work hand in glove with them and try and catapult our artists to the next level. So that's why we started Roil Bulawayo Arts Awards. But ours was always going to be about creativity and about being unique, as you've already said. When we say unique, we're talking in terms of production, amongst other things. We wanted to make sure that our productions were always going to be a little bit different. We came around with theme songs, we came around with ensembles to make sure that the actual award ceremonies were different. So we are glad that now if you go back and look at whatever everyone is doing, there's a little bit of BAA in it. It was nice, I think last year when Nama happened, the director actually came back to us to say, you know what, you guys, you pushed us.
Oh,
we
nice.
now have a benchmark when it comes to how to host awards.
That's great, that's great. Okay, so now talking about the latest, which is basically the current date of the awards, the BAA awards for this year. So according to the internet, or according to the news, you have said for the 28th of August. But earlier on today, I heard that it has been shifted. So what is happening behind the scenes?
All right, we would like to say congrats for breaking the news. There's a few changes for Bulawayo Arts Awards 2021. The first one being that we will not just be called Bulawayo Arts Awards. We will be called the Roil Bulawayo Arts Awards from now on. The second one being that we are no longer going to happen on the 28th of August. We are now going to happen on the 6th of November. For one or two reasons we shall mention, obviously. The first one being that creatively we feel most of our creatives need a little bit of time because of COVID. There's not been a lot happening. Obviously there's stuff to make sure that the awards can happen, but we still feel some other genres like theatre, for instance, they still need a little bit of more time. The second one being that if you were paying attention to the media in the past few months, there's been an outcry about what do these awards come with. So together with our sponsor, which is Roil, again, we are trying to make sure that there is a big award, something that is life-changing for one or two people. So amongst other things, we are trying to talk to a few other people to make sure that come 6 November, someone is smiling for the rest of their life.
Okay, but I'm also sure that our viewers might also be curious, as I am, that in relation to the acquisition of new sponsors, how far has the BAA gone?
We are talking to a few people, like I've said. Okay. So what's going to happen is in July we have got what we are terming a corporate launch.
Oh.
That's where we will unveil, obviously, the main sponsor, unveil a few other people that will make sure that this year it's totally different. That's in terms of production, in terms of remuneration, and in terms of outlook as a whole.
Okay. So also BAA is a huge value brand. But then I'm also curious as to what is being done beyond what we see on the platter right now. What is being done to make sure that you take that brand to a higher level?
The moment we finish one, we start another one. Okay. So there is never rest when it comes to that. We, as we speak, yesterday we had a meeting, a marathon one, changing those dates, planning to say, okay, how are we going to make sure that, hypothetically speaking, we do get someone a house, or we do get someone a car. So all that is processes. It's pretty much planning every day, 365. So when people see the final product, it's not like we will then rest for the rest of the year. No, we do not have that luxury, because we always want to be a step ahead. And obviously, because we are open to criticism, we will always keep our ear on the ground and a pulse on the arts industry as a whole.
Now to the word on the streets. It is being said that the BAA Awards should be monetized. Now, the question is, should we be expecting that in this year's BAA Awards?
The good thing about the word on the street is that it's the word on the street.
Okay.
To be honest, every year we have monetized the BAA.
Oh.
We have every year. There's not even one year when there was no money.
So that takes away all the misconceptions that you've had there.
It is misconception.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, we know that it's not enough value to then take you out of the streets, or to make sure that after you receive an award, the next day you are driving a Mercedes-Benz. We don't even drive Mercedes-Benz. So for us, it's always about recognizing talent. It's always about giving credit where it's due. We seriously wish that we could do more. But at the end of the day, we also need to be aware of what is happening all around us. How is our economy like? How many corporates are willing to actually come in and say, you know what, we want to change each and everyone's life with regards to awards. But worldwide, you go to the Grammys, you go maybe accept the Summers. Most of these awards do not even come with a monetary value. But we have always been trying to make sure that whatever happens, that legally, that we can contribute to the creatives for their efforts throughout the year is there.
Okay. So since COVID-19 is now a part of us, and you had last year's BAA Awards under the stipulated rules and regulations of COVID-19, what can we expect to be different in this year's awards?
All right. Obviously, because of COVID, a lot of things have changed worldwide.
Yeah.
Normal is no longer normal, so we have a new normal for everyone. So one way or the other, we're already planning on a hybrid ceremony. When I say hybrid, I pretty much mean both physically and digital. So that's how we are looking at it, to say, okay, last year was a trial. There were pluses and minuses, but our biggest problem last year, which is entirely our fault, time.
Okay.
Which obviously is production. We've also sat down to say, you know what, we really need to sort out this time issue, because one way or the other it comes back to bite us.
Yes.
But come this year, our hope is that hopefully with trade fair coming in the next 2 months, maybe government will ease up the conditions to say no live events. Maybe they will say we're able to have events with those that are vaccinated, or maybe with a percentage when it comes to venues.
Oh, nice. So now, the last thing that you can tell us is, what have you learned from the past awards to the present? So what can you expect in the future as far as the BAA are concerned?
We always take the next one as a new one, obviously factoring in every criticism, every advice, and every lesson learned. It's a process. It's not really an event. So every day we are learning. Every day we are striving to make it better. So for us, amongst other things, is the support that comes from the people of Bulawayo. It's the partnerships that we've forged along the way, to say maybe it's a myth that people do not support Bulawayo products. We have enjoyed the support of Bulawayo over the past few years, and hopefully this will go on for the next few years again.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so that has been Nkululeko Nkala, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. My name is Sitachi Siyokwazi. See you in the next podcast.